Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday and enjoying the sunshine, assuming that you're in an area that is having sunshine. Dundee is sunny and warm today. Unlike yesterday, which wasn't a manic Monday, but what I called a murky Monday. So I got up for 4 hours and it remained murky and gray, and I decided, sod it, I'm going back to bed. So that's what I did. However, today is glorious, and I've just gotten back from running a wee errand to the shops, and now I'm back sitting down trying to figure out what I want to have for my lunch, because it's barely 1 o'clock here, and I slept till 9, and then I spent from 9 to 11:30 playing a game on my laptop. But prior to all of that, I awakened, as usual, at a stupid time. But I didn't feel like getting up, so, I just fluffed up my pillows and turned on my bedroom telly and found something to watch. There's a movie on Netflix, just came out. It's called How to Make a Million Before Grandma Dies. I know, what a cryptic, crazy title, yeah. It takes place in, I'm not sure if it takes place in Taiwan or China, but at any rate, the family involved in the film, they're Chinese and Taiwanese. So if you know anything about the geopolitical situation with Taiwan and China, you'll realize this is problematic. Hang on. And it's basically about family relationships and how they are affected by and impacted by grief when the head of the household dies. So at the beginning of the movie, we see Mio, one of the grandchildren, she's a girl, taking care of the patriarch of the family, the grandfather. And the other grandchildren, there's only 2, they're like, why are you doing that? He's freaking rich. He can hire somebody. And she has a degree, unlike the other 2 grandchildren. She has a university degree as a nurse, and she was working in a hospital, but she stopped to take care of her grandfather. And they're like, that's such a hard job, why don't you just go back to nursing, do something else, to make money? And she's like, if you think I'm not going to make money off of this, you're wrong. Now, when she says that, I don't know about you, when she said that, I'm kind of like, oh, so you're being a mercenary. And indeed, grandfather does die, and he leaves the house and everything else to Mio. And then his wife, the grandmother, gets sick. And their children, they have 3 children together, 2 boys and a girl, Kang, Seo, and M. Kiang is the boy, Seo is the girl, M is one of the grandchildren, and Yu is the middle daughter. The oldest son, Kiang, his life turned out to be a success. He married properly, he had 2 children, he's wealthy, as the oldest son, he's got it all, and the family is proud of him. The middle child, who is Liu, the daughter, she's just normal. She had 1 child, M, the grandson. And that's it. She has a street stall that she runs, and she works in a convenience store. She actually has 2 jobs. EM, her son, he dropped out of school at 16 because he thought he could be a YouTube gamer. So she invested all this money in him, buying him, the monitors and everything, the game chair and everything, but he's not making any money at it. So he just sits around all day and play games. And then her younger brother, Co. Co is the black sheep of the family. He does nothing but borrow money. He does nothing. So basically the film centers around, the relationship between the patriarch and matriarch's children prior to after the grandfather's death, and then prior to the grandmother's death, and how the grandchildren relate to one another. So Yim asked his cousin Mio, the other granddaughter, how to be a good caregiver, because he's like, I'm probably never going to make any money off of YouTube, and I'm tired. Tell me how you did this. So she tells him how to do it and what to do. And then she goes on her way, setting up, the new house that she's inherited from grandfather, blah, blah, blah. So her cousin, the grandson, he goes to his grandmother and he tells her, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to move in. And what the grandmother doesn't know at the beginning of the film, she has a fall and her daughter takes her to the hospital. And since she's there, they treat her leg, for the fall, and then they run the usual tests and they discover she has intestinal cancer. And it's stage 4, so there's really nothing they can do. So her daughter tells the grandchildren and her siblings, don't tell mom, because she'll freak, But the siblings are aware of this, so all of a sudden they go visit her 3 and 4 times a week. And grandma's not stupid. She's like, typically you guys come over every Sunday in a bunch, you spend 15 to 20 minutes, and then you go away. What is going on? And then the grandson moves in with her, and he is the one who tells her. She's like, why are you people hovering all over me? What is up? So he tells her, well, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but blah, blah, blah. When you fell and we took you to the hospital and the doctors ran extra tests, after they fixed your leg, they discovered you have cancer and it's stage 4. And she's very sanguine about the whole thing, She doesn't freak, she doesn't cry, and she was like, well, I guess I, better put my affairs in order. And I won't ruin the rest of the film for you. But it's interesting watching the dynamics of this family. And the one thing that's really interesting is the way the way the children and the grandchildren fight about who is the favorite. Who's the favorite son? Who's the favorite daughter? Who's the favorite grandchild? Anyway, it's a good film. And it has a reasonably decent ending. Yes, she dies, but it's still a reasonably decent ending. And it's a highly enjoyable film. Again, it's on Netflix, at least Netflix UK. And it's called How to Make $1 Million Before Grandma Dies. And that's it. I'm going to go find something new to watch, or you know what? No. I'm going to go find something to have for lunch, and then I'll look for something to watch while I'm eating my lunch. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day and be safe. And thanks, as always, for watching and sharing my channel. Bye.